Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play on Farming Simulator 25. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to do today. So I guess the first thing we should do is check the store and see if there are any new sales. Nope, wrong tab. I'm like, I couldn't find it. Sprayer, a planter, that would be nice, but that's just way too expensive. Same with that. So, nothing I can use for the moment. Let's check out our pallets, see how many there are. Oh, awesome. We got 4 lettuce pallets going already. That's great. We're starting to get some rice. That'll be good. Those still got a while before we need to plant any of the rice, so that saplings are just there to start collecting. Let's check out the mushrooms real quick. No mushrooms yet. Let's see how close we are. Alright, regular, the saplings. The lettuce is pretty far away from doing another one. Mushrooms are pretty close to making one, so hopefully we'll get a pallet of oyster mushrooms pretty soon. Well, if you're just seeing this for the first time, let me go over the rules, I guess, for the series. When we started with 0 money. So we started out with some money and then a loan that canceled it out. We sold some of our obsolete decorations and sheds to fund what we needed to do. But the rules are pretty simple. I can't take any loans from the bank. I can't lease any equipment from the store. When I'm doing contracts, I can borrow their equipment. But that's the only form of, I guess, leasing I'm allowed to do. I can only find and pick up 2 of the farm balls or collectibles per episode. So I've done that for the last 2 episodes. And that's pretty much it. You're all caught up. So I guess let's find this truck. I don't know where I parked it. There it is. We'll drive it to the store, convert it into a flatbed, and then go sell those lettuce pallets. In the previous episode, we went ahead and sold a mushroom pallet, and that was our first, I don't want to say first income from our farm, because we also harvested the rice in the very first episode, but it's our, I want to say, I guess our first residual income, since the greenhouses will be making pallets hopefully every month. It's another foggy morning here. Now, what is interesting is the fog does burn off throughout the day, so as the sun comes up and it gets a little bit warmer, I guess, the fog starts to disappear. I thought that was pretty cool. I feel bad I don't have my flashlights on, or my headlights I should say. After we sell those pallets, I want to get 2 collectibles. I think I'll get 2 from the city, so that way we can basically do the 2 birds with 1 stone theory while we're there. While we are here, we'll repair this. I'm going to try to stay on top of that to keep everything running well, but hopefully I won't forget. There's our flatbed, and that's it. Yay for $0. All right, we'll head back to our farm. So the goal after the pallets and the collectibles is to buy a sawmill today and a chainsaw. We'll fill that up and start getting some pallets made to sell. Now, I did run an experiment on my, I guess I would call it a test game, where I had 2 sawmills and I filled them up both with wood, and I had one sawmill making just the wood beams, since those sell for the most, and I had the other sawmill making everything. So the planks, the long planks, and the wood beams. And what I found was, by the time you make 2 pallets of wood beams, the sawmill that was making everything also made 2 pallets of wood beams. I think it was 2 or 3 pallets of the long planks and 4 pallets of the regular planks. It does burn through the wood much faster, but we're still talking like 3 or 4 months, so it's easy enough to just continue to fill it up. One of the things that I did see on a couple of I guess Let's Plays on YouTube, both from Daggerwin and Chainsaw 100, they were doing the deadwood contracts, harvesting the deadwood, bringing it back and filling their sawmills with it, which I thought was pretty smart, because the deadwood really doesn't sell for anything. Alright, I'm going to load those 4 pallets onto the truck, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Alright, welcome back. Well, I sped up some time a little bit in the hope that that mushroom pallet will spawn, but it did not, so we'll just go drop off these 4 and maybe make another trip later on in the day after it spawns. So my goal is, we have a slight hill just past our farm, kind of up that cliff a little bit, and I would like to clear all the trees from up there. We'll pull them down. I'm hoping after these 4 pallets plus the 2 collectibles that not only will I have enough money to buy the sawmill, the chainsaw, but also a winch for the tractor so I can cut and pull those trees down pretty quickly. After I clear that area, I think I'd like to see if it's possible to do probably a goat pen up there. I think I'd like to try the goats since they're new. Alright, here we are at the farmer's market. While we are here, we're going to pick up this first collectible right here in this basket. We'll drop this off. Though, I see all the advertisements for the mushrooms, but where's the lettuce? See, won't get out of the way, just walking in the middle of the road. Pardon me. Well, that was a nice $13,500. Alright, let's pick up the second collectible while we're here. Now, it's been a while. Let's see. I gotta go into this little neighborhood area here. Oh, it's a house across the street from David. Thank you, David, or Dave. And it's right over here in the corner. This is your first time watching these episodes. This is my 3rd time trying to record. So in the previous 2 times, well, really my very first one, I ran around everywhere I could and tried to find all of the collectibles that I could. I think I found 17 or 18 of them. I can't really remember anymore, but we'll be finding 2 every episode until I've run out of my memory of where they are. Luckily, I wrote some notes, so I should still be able to at least get in the ballpark and find them. Alright, we're up to $65,000 now. That's more than enough for the sawmill and the chainsaw. We might have enough even left over to get that winch right away. We're almost back to the farm. That is, I missed our little side road, so I'll just go to the actual road. I think I'll still have to do some contracts today after I've set up the sawmill and everything. And my next purchase of choice, if we get enough money, is I think I'd like to get a weeder for our 2 fields so far. I will move the combine, so I want to put the sawmill there, I think. We'll move this here for now. I could have sworn there was a fence here. Maybe it got sold or deleted when I sold the shed. I'll have to go back to that first episode and rewatch it and find out. Oops, wrong button. Alright, we'll open up the instruction menu. And let us put down a sawmill. I think that would work. Turned out pretty good. Well, it doesn't have any wood in it, so let's purchase a chainsaw. All the way down here to the hand tools. And we'll go with, it doesn't really matter, because I think they're all the exact same. Yeah, let's go with the red and black. Do we have enough? We do have enough for a winch on the back of our white tractor. I'm gonna head down to the store real quick, buy the winch, and come right back. So I'm gonna jump cut to that. You guys will be back with me once I'm back here. I don't think you want to keep seeing me traveling to the store and back. Okay, here we are. I moved some of the stuff out of the way. We got our tractor, we got our winch, and we have a chainsaw. And we just happen to have a sawmill that is hungry for some trees. Now I do have the lumberjack mod, so I'm going to go ahead and use that to just get rid of the stumps. I don't mind the realism of having to get a stump grinder. It's always just so inconvenient, just much easier, cleaner, and quicker. Press the help here. R. Yeah, I was pressing that earlier. Winch this in a little bit tighter, and then we'll drag it into the zone. The fill zone, I guess I would call it. That is so much quicker than having to try to get rid of all the branches and everything else. This tree is just a little bit too heavy for this tractor. There it goes. Let's see how much that added to it. Wow, that one tree was 8,000 liters. We're a little bit over halfway. So let's activate all of these and let's do a couple more. Once I get the trees down here, well, I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna grab all these trees here. That will free up a little more real estate to put down sheds, and as well as keep my machineries and implements here for now anyway. Then this part here on this hill is also, let me go to third person so you can see a little bit. That's as far as I can zoom out. Up here is also our property. It goes all the way up into this cliff wall. So I was thinking between here and as far up here as I can go, this would be a pretty good place to put, I'm hoping, goats. This is our field right here. So if I can place it up here and then make the pen as big as that, I should be able to put a bunch of goats in there. And that will give me some room, I hope, to get here easily, grab pallets, feed them, everything else. But there are a lot of trees here that can be used to fill the sawmill. We have our bees that came with the farm, but my goodness. I think they're very slow producing bees. We're up to 63 liters of honey. Realistically, that would be a lot of honey, so I guess they're not that slow in the scheme of things. All right, let's start chopping down some of these trees. I think I'll time-lapse this, so that way you don't have to watch me cut down a bunch of trees and drag them. Okay, welcome back. Looks like this tree is a little bit too big. So I'm going to chop it down into pieces real quick in the hope that it can fit in there. It is kind of a bummer to deforest every part of my land, but I need the wood and I can always come back later and plant some of these trees back. Man, this takes forever to chop through these big logs. Alright, that one in. That's up to 11,000, so maybe this piece here. You can see how handy that winch is. And it wasn't too expensive, which was nice as well. I should be able to cut and drag all those trees out as I need them. So that'll take a while. Oh well, still can add a little bit more. Once I also get a trailer, I think I'd like to take some of those deadwood contracts and help fill in the sawmill as well. There we go, that's almost 14,000 liters. That'll work. Let me drag this in a little bit more. So with the deadwood contracts, apparently you can cut all the trees down, you can throw them onto a trailer, bring them to your farm, put them into your sawmill, and once you've cut down the last tree and bring it over, the collection time or the time for the contract won't run out anymore. I think that's going to be in the way of everything. I might have to trim off some of the branches and leaves. Not really sure how I can get some of these branches off. That is the one thing that I've noticed from 22 to 25 as far as chopping down trees goes. It's way more of a pain to, delimb them than it was in 22. I don't know if they did that on purpose. Let's see if they'll go in. It's still too big, huh? Yeah, I can't even pick that up. I don't know how heavy that is. $130 kilograms. Boy, I can pick it up. Doesn't give me an option to cut it. Oh well. found a branch in the ground. That is a much bigger branch than I thought. How strange, it won't let me pick it up. Oh well. We'll move on. Let's check the greenhouses, make sure they have enough water. That one's doing alright. The large tarp is still doing alright. Probably should fill it up tonight though. And the mushroom is doing alright as well. And hey, they're both pretty close to dropping a pallet. Sweet. So's the lettuce one. Nice. Well, while that's sitting there, ready to go in, let's take a look at some contracts and see what we can do. Got some baling contracts, quite a few. Whoa, the field must be huge. 30,000, huh? Oh, you know what? I have that new contract on. I wonder if that's bumping up the price significantly. Let me see. Fertilizer. So one of the big reasons I really liked that mod and I ended up getting it was not only did it allow me to do more contracts and more options on a contract, but if I'm going to do a fertilizing contract and I have to use their equipment, it comes with the actual fertilizer. I don't have to buy my own anymore, which I just think is great. That's the way it should be. I would like to do that. I mean, $30,000 is definitely a lot of money. I would like that. But why don't we start with a fertilizing contract, and I'll throw this onto a worker and let the worker do that while I go do the baling one. So borrow the items. I always go out instead of just going up to the map. Let's head over to the tractor, hop into it. It's a nice little tractor. Kind of fast, at least a lot faster than mine. I think that's the downside to all used equipment. It's all pretty slow and beat up. All this brand new equipment. Well, this thing's got 46 hours on it. It's not as though it's brand new. Maybe just the tractor is that much faster. See what we're going. Field 13. Let's take advantage of the worker system. So if I go onto the create jobs, I can click onto the tractor I'm on. I can click on the create a job. Here's my little target icon. I need to click on that. Put it onto the field that I want it to go to. And we'll put it here. Pick a direction, so click again. There we go. And at the very bottom over here, you gotta either press the button Z or just click it. And that should get it going. So there it is, driving on its own, and it's gonna go and start that job right away, which is great. That means I can go do that baling contract. Wow, these are big fields. This is a square baler, and that's a round baler, so I couldn't even do both of them if I wanted to. I'll borrow the items again. That is a big baler. Field was that again? 7. I will take the little side road here and then hop into it. Hopefully this won't take too long, but I will time lapse it. And if it looks like it's going to be too big, instead of a time lapse, I'll just make it a jump cut, so that way you guys don't have to watch me do a ton of field work nonstop. It's always tough because I don't want to make nothing but a bunch of time lapses and jump cuts, but some of these jobs just take a really long time. Make sure the baler is on, and let's change the bale size to as big as we can, 240. All right, you guys will see me when I am done with this huge field. All right, here we are. We just finished all our baling. What I'm trying to decide real quick is if I should borrow this tractor a little bit longer, take it to my farm and cultivate my 2 rice fields, as well as fertilize my 2 regular fields. It's a tough call. This one here is finished. Oh, still has fertilizer left. Let's see if there's another fertilizer contract they can do real quick. Nope, no more fertilizer contracts. That's a huge cultivating contract. That'll take too long. As it is, it took forever to pick up all those bales, but payday's gonna be nice. Alright, so why don't I just take this back and drop off the fertilizer at the store, or should I just take it to my farm? I think I'll take it to the farm real quick. And since I'm going to take this tractor over there, maybe this one can pull the cultivator. So I'll just jump cut and I'll see you when I get to the farm. Here I am back at the farm. Went ahead and swapped the fertilizer spreaders. I did try to see if I'd be able to use the contract spreader, but unfortunately it didn't allow me to do that. I didn't think it would, but I figured, let me just see. But it does allow me to use the tractor, which is way faster than mine, probably more powerful. But the biggest thing for me is, I don't know, maybe it's a little cheesy for doing it, but I'm not putting any hours on my tractor. I'm not tweaking it up more. I don't know if that's a good enough reason to, do this, but figured I had to drive it here anyway and empty out the excess fertilizer. Might as well use it while I'm here. This is a super quick job anyway. Well, I think I made more than enough once I turn in these 2 contracts to buy a weeder of some sort. Maybe instead of a weeder, what is it, a hoe that does the small and the medium ones? I think that'd be just better as long as it's not too expensive. That way I can get a little more bang for my buck. I believe I planted canola in these. Be a little reckless and just burn through my fertilizer a little bit faster. Normally I would turn it off in between, but since I ended up getting some extra fertilizer from that contract, I'll just pretend I'm using it and not really care too much. There should be a little piece over here. Alright, let's drop this off, pick up the other one, and turn in my contracts. All the leaves have died for this tree, which makes sense. But it did happen relatively quickly. I wish I could say I had a ton of fertilizer, but those are probably all half pallets. Maybe there's a solid one in there. It's a shame it doesn't consolidate the pallets when you keep emptying them out like this. Instead, it just keeps dropping more of them. Okay, everything is empty. Let's turn these in. First for the baling. It's awesome. Another 6,000 from this. Great. We're up to 70,000. That's insane. if they're going to continue to be huge contracts like that, here's another one for 25,000. It is a huge field. It does take a long time, so I don't really feel too bad because that's pretty much almost the entire episode is me doing one big field like that. I guess I could always throw a worker on it and do other stuff in between. But if it gets to be to where it's just ridiculous amounts of money, maybe I won't do quite so many contracts per day. But on the flip side, the cost of farmland is also ridiculously high. I think I'd like to get this one next. This one here is 122,000. The rest of them are pretty nice, but they're just more expensive. That one there is 182, but it comes with some trees, which is nice, because when I do run out of trees up here, I'll definitely could use some here. This one is almost 400,000. Comes with a ton of trees, but man, that's a lot. This one's 265, also comes with a ton of trees. This little one here that's all trees is only 70, called 72. That's not bad. Maybe I can do that when I really start running out of trees. I can kind of buy that one and pull trees off of there. So realistically, I would like to do some of these deadwood contracts when they're like, this one's really close to my farm. If this is here on the next episode, maybe I'll grab it. See, the problem is I don't really have a way to grab the trees and bring them down. I don't have a trailer for it. By the time I finish all my trees, maybe I can afford a trailer. All right, speaking of buying stuff, let's head up here to where I needed a weeder. This one's nice because it's pretty cheap, 6 meters. This is double the meters, which is awesome, but it's a lot more expensive. Is that 5 times the cost almost? Oh wow, so this is 6 meters and the working speed is 7 miles per hour. This one's double the width working with and 15 mile per hour working speed. I think I'm gonna buy this because that way maybe I can use this to do other contracts. And this one's good for small and medium weeds. This one is just a small. I shall buy it. See if there's anything else new in the sales. There are. Oh my gosh, a grain cart. Yes, please. What's this header? Yeah, definitely getting this. Chassis color. So without the extension, it drops down to 12,000 liters or 22,000 liters for an extra 2,500. We'll do that. Wouldn't matter. I could always do it afterwards, but we came in to a bunch of extra cash. Might as well grab it. Yeah, that looks better with black and green like that. Cool. That was actually a great find. I don't know if you remember, but in the last episode, I had to do that. Well, I didn't have to, but I did the contract with all that sorghum. And what did I do? I had to run my little dragon truck over there 7 times to the grain mill to keep unloading. That was just ridiculous. So with a bigger trailer, this should be a lot better and easier. I will jump cut. I'll see you when I get back to the farm with both the weeders and the trailer. Here we are back at the farm. Just brought back the hoe. I brought back the trailer first, and we really struggled coming up this hill here. Concerns me that once we end up actually trying to bring a trailer full of, I don't know, something, I might not make it up that hill until I upgrade this tractor. If we can have a couple more contracts like the ones we did today, then that shouldn't be impossible to do. I think it was 24,000 to upgrade the engine on this one. So, I mean, it's expensive, but not, out of the ballpark expensive. Gonna weed these real quick before the crops get a little bit too big for my tires. I believe the next, once I progress forward towards the next month, these will grow a little bit too big, and since I have crop destruction on, I'll end up killing them if I attempt to do the weeds then. So I figure I'd knock this out real quick before we call it a day. We did pretty good today. We got the sawmill, which was really the big goal for today. The only problem I see with the sawmill is I think it's going to be a little too slow. And the only reason I say that, I'm not really talking so much about the pallets, though obviously I would love it if it produced pallets faster. But since I want to put some goats right there, I gotta get rid of all those trees. But if it takes such a long time for them to process the trees, it's gonna take a while. Not really sure what I should do. I mean, I could cut everything down, I guess, and stack the trees somewhere until I can use them. Thought I saw a weed I missed over here somewhere. Guess not. Do the other field real quick. Man, the sun and the fog is just such a bad combo. And I can't tell if it's just where I'm at on the map, or if it's my video card isn't strong enough to really process. I don't know, at least process it to the point where it makes sense. Where you can still see but nice ambiance. I really am glad I got this hoe. You can see how fast it is. It's quick, it covers a bunch of space. It's probably way too big for the size of the farms I currently have. But once I start expanding, I think it'll be perfect. Just pretty much a couple runs, and then I'm done. Look at that. I got one small spot that I missed because of the shape of the field, and then we're done. Alright, let's place this down somewhere. I really do need to stop leaving all my farm equipment out here. If I have another good day, I should look into a shed, but I don't want to do a shed yet until I get all the trees down. That way I can just pull them off the cliff with a winch really quickly and easily. But I definitely should move all my equipment out of the way until the trees are gone. Something for tomorrow. Alright, let's check our finances and see how we did for today. Alright, we bought the hoe, which was expensive, plus the winch. So I think that's where all the vehicle costs were. Bought that chainsaw, construction costs, so that was the sawmill. I repaired the tractor while I was down there picking up everything too, so that was the lion's share of that. Production costs are going up, but I never feel bad about that. The higher the production cost goes, the more pallets and stuff I'm producing, so more profit. We sold products. Those were our 4 pallets of lettuce. We do have 2 new pallets of mushrooms there, probably a pallet of lettuce as well, but I'll sell that the next episode, so we'll just throw it into there. We did 51,000, just a little bit over 51,000, well, 1,000 and a half almost in contract income. That's great. Only paid $288 for worker fees. That's awesome. And found 2 collectibles. So today was a pretty good day. We had a profit of 22,000, is it? Or is that what's left? No, that's what's left. Well, technically we're down by 10,000. But we bought a lot of stuff. We weren't progressing, so that's good. Only day I had a true profit was that first day, or first month, I should say. But it's the hardest part, man. When you first start, you gotta spend so much just to get going. That's the way it is. Well, you know what they say, you gotta spend money to make money, right? Alright, everybody, thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you next time. Have a great day.